Hello, and thank you for attending another Ekahau short how-to video. This is Mike Kazemian from Advanced Network Devices, and today we will be sharing with you the exciting new features of Ekahau version 10.2.0. So let's get started. In version 10.20, the sync functionality has been revamped, and now users are able to save the files that are readily available with them into the cloud without initially saving into the PC. So we can do that simply by going and selecting a name, let's say 440, and save to the cloud. As you can see, the file is automatically saved into the cloud without any issues. In the previous versions also, you can see there's a note, by the way, it's successfully saved into the cloud and it is accessible. Now we can see if we add an access point to this project file. Let's say we add the access point right here. Once we go to the cloud feature and we want to save the file, we can say save to cloud, and you can see there's an option of syncing or overwriting. We can say sync, and this will sync to the latest version of the file itself, so it doesn't rewrite the entire file, which takes a longer time and more airtime for it to be saved. So we say sync, and you can see it's synced at a very rapid rate. Also, anytime that we do changes, there's a new button here that shows exactly what's going on regarding the updates and basically of the syncing of a project. So it shows you in real time how fast it is syncing. Previously, the visualization offsets have been around various settings that users had to define. Now it can be done with a single click of a button. The new offset called View as Mobile Device, this will allow the users to set the RSSI offset values based on the typical modern cell phone view of the Wi-Fi signal, so the users can perceive how the signal would be seen by a wireless mobile device within the network. The way it would work is very simple. Once the survey has been done, which needs to be done with Ekahau Sidekick, it cannot be done with the older adapters. Once the survey has been done, like what you see here, now there's a new icon added, which is called the view mode selection, and this will select mobile device, so you can see how a mobile device would perceive the wireless network. Of course, from before we had the Control Alt click here, and we would be able to select the measured or various other devices that we set offsets for. However, now you don't have to do that anymore, at least for the mobile devices, and it can be seen for mobile devices. Now, also, when we go to the spectral data, we can also see the information based on a mobile device, the signal strength and all other parameters, or we can turn it off and you can see now the measured signal strength is different in various parameters. Let me sort here by signal, and you can see the signals view as measured. So this is what Ekahau Sidekick sees, and this is how a mobile device would perceive the wireless network, and that can be done for 2.4 band as well as for the 5 gigahertz band without any issues. And we can see the difference, and the offset values can be seen. This is a significant improvement for, again, the modern wireless networks, where the dependability on mobile devices is significant compared to previous years. In version 10.2.0, custom text has been added to the Ekahau feature set. The custom tags will allow users to assign specific tags with values to access points, and those filters can be utilized to further show specific group of access points within a heat map for those tags that they have been defined. In order to define the tags, users can go to the three buttons here and click, and then select the tag access point from the drop-down list. Once you do that, users can define two parameters. One is the tag name, the other one is the tag value. These are the tag names that I have defined here. Users can add as many tag names as they wish, and the tags will remain for any future usage in any other project files. Once the tag name has been defined, now users can define the tag values. So for this access point, I will define, for example, switch 24, rack 1, port 20. And for this one, this access point, I will select the layer 3 switch ID, and that would be switch 24, same rack, however, it's going to be port 24. Now, for these two, I'm going to define cable IDs. So I can go here and I can select tag and cable tag, and I can say here this is basically outlet 24, and here I can select outlet 23. Now, in order to set the filter, it's very simple. We can go to quick select, we can select the layer 3 switch ID, and once we close, we can see these two are defined when we have a heat map for my access points or selected access point here. So these two are now defined. Now if I go and I change the filter to the cable tag, we can see now these two access points have been selected, that they do carry a cable tag with them. And you can see here now they are also highlighted here. Now in order to remove the tags, it's very simple, and these are the tag values that will be removed. We can click here, and then click in front of the cable tag, and you can see the cable tag as well as the switch tags are all values are all removed. However, the tag names are still present, which will be used for any future project. Now users are able to create requirements within different criteria for 2.4 and 5 GHz band independent of each other. This allows the users to give different grayout values for different bands and help them define the network requirements with greater granularity than before. Also, this improvement affects the live requirements, which is not band specific as well. And finally, these separate band requirements and grayouts will be displayed in reports without any additional adjustments on the report template. So let's take a look at them one at a time. As you can see now, whatever band we are associated with, that band is reflected here in the upper portion. If the band changes, if you're roaming around, then this will change accordingly, and this is band specific as well. So this is for 5 GHz. Furthermore, we can go either to project coverage requirements, or we can directly click here and we can see the coverage requirements. Once we go in the coverage requirement, we can see that the values, the criteria values for both bands are exactly the same. Now we can make it independent of each other, as mentioned before. We can make them separate, and now we can have different values for each of the bands independent of each other. Now users also have the ability to disable any unwanted criteria, even per band specifically, from the coverage requirement. This will improve the focus on the criteria that users usually think it is important to them, and the unneeded ones will not be shown. Disabling the criteria and coverage requirement also removes it from the live requirement bar, and therefore the results will only show the criteria which the users are interested in. So let's see how this works. So we go to again to either project coverage requirements, or we click here, and then we can see the various parameters that are set. For example, we can see here that I have the secondary signal strength set here. I can, if I want, I can turn it off, or just by blank, and then it will be turned off. And I can individually turn them on and off. So I can leave here, for example, this one at let's say NIC 68, and we can see for the 2.4 is off. However, for 5 gigahertz it exists. We can turn off any of these parameters that we wish. If we want to turn something off, all we have to do is just the dash, and then that parameter will be turned off specifically. And that's the way we turn these features off and on. And if we want to do it at once under one band, then we can. This concludes our presentation of Ekahau version 10.2.0 features and functions. Thank you for attending this short how-to video by Advanced Network Devices, and we look forward to see you in the future short how-to videos. Please do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.